Now I want you to think about a quadratic function. A quadratic function, which we learned about in Algebra 1, looks like this. And it has a vertex at the bottom. And when you transform the function, naturally that vertex is going to change. And that vertex is going to change depending on the function and what's being affected. So remember, anything on the inside is going to affect x, and anything on the outside is going to affect y. So these are really, they're actually pretty straightforward problems if you understand what's happening here. So I'm starting with the vertex -4, 3. And there's a couple ways you can do this. You can graph it, right? You can try to look at it, or you can just use the transformation that's there. So let's look at what's happening on the inside. On the inside, it's a reflection about the y-axis. So that could indicate some change in the x value. So, and we don't know exactly what this function looked like to begin with. So we can't assume that it was at 0, 0 or whatever, right? We can't assume a transformation that wasn't explicitly stated. So whenever we do this, we're just going to take what was on the inside and apply it to the x value of our vertex. So in other words, because there's a negative here, we're just going to take -4 and make it negative, which means that the x coordinate of our vertex is now +4. For the -5, that's a change in the y. That's affecting the y value. So I have a y value here. It's 3. So I'm going to assume that it's 3 minus 5, because 3 is what we started with, and we're subtracting 5 from the function. So it'll be 3 minus 5, and 3 minus 5 is -2. So that's my new vertex. Let's do one more just to make sure you're kind of seeing what's happening here. Again, anything on the inside is going to affect the x coordinate. So x plus 3 is affecting the 6. So we'll have 6 plus 3. Then for the y value, it's just negated because that negative is outside of f of x. So it's going to be -3 because the 3 was there. So my new vertex, my final answer, will end up being 9, -3. Sorry for the extra video.